Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Sports. Humidor shop talk. Cigars. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk.
With the first pick in the 2008 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Derrick Rose from the University of Memphis.
I play with my heart. I'm playing on the highest basketball level in my hometown.
36 points and 11 assists for Derrick Rose in about as good a rookie playoff debut as you will ever see.
Whoa! Stop it! Stop it! Do not do him like that! Did you not get the memo? Derrick Rose can go upstairs.
Why not? Why can't I be the MVP of the league? Why can't I be the best player in the league? I don't see why. Why?
Stop it! I want to go higher!
Ooh, sure they go.
Rose puts it down!
I want to thank my mom. Think about her when she had to wake me up, go to work, just making sure that I'm all right and making sure the family is all right. Those are hard days. My days shouldn't be hard because I love doing what I'm doing, and that's playing basketball.
What a move by Rose! Oh! Yes, and it counts! Fade away. Let me step back and kiss myself. Oh my MVP time!
Rose trying to get open, fires away.
Bang! It's over! The Bulls win at the buzzer!
It still is a madhouse on Madison as Derrick Rose nails the three. And the Bulls take a
What up, fellas? DY Face, Lucky Lefty. This is your boy, Mr. SmokeFella. We back here, Humidor Sports and Cigars podcast, man. As you just saw it, Chicago's own. You heard me? Chicago's own hometown kid. He retires, man. Much love for D Rose, man. You know, I would say give a round of applause, but we don't need to, man, because the kid came to Chicago and did his thing. So let's talk about it, man.
We don't give a round of applause. We blow smoke in.
There you go, Pat. There you go. Youngest MVP ever, man, at 16 seasons. So, Face, kick it off, man. What's your favorite moment from Derrick Rose?
I think one of the clips that was just in there. I want to say that was Nash, whoever that was from the Suns, when he went up and cocked that boy back, looked like he touched his vertebrae and dunked on him.
That was Dragic.
That was Dragic. Dragic.
That's what it was. It was Dragic. I don't care. That was like one of my most favorite. That was one of my most favorite moments of D Rose, man, and just the excitement of him coming to Chicago. Before I pass the one, you guys, what I would like to see, bro. I would have loved to see. I'd like to see the Bulls bring him back for 1-day contract and retire him from Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the perfect homage to the hometown kid who came here and revigorated Chicago basketball.
Facts. DY.
You know, I think for me, it was the day of the draft. If you guys can remember back that far, like when we won the lottery, it was, we really didn't mess with the Bulls. We really didn't. We knew they had a couple good young players on the team, but that team was not going anywhere. So really and it wasn't fairly entertaining to watch at the time. And I just remember the time of us winning that lottery. And you got to realize Derek at the time, was getting ready to do the march through the tournament. He was head above heels, really, the consensus. I don't think there was any other doubt that we would take him. And I don't think, him being from Chicago really had anything to do with it. I think it was more so because everybody recognized and understood how talented he was. And then they saw him perform, pretty much will that team to the last game. So for me, I think it was us drafting him.
What up, Jay Grizz? Hey, DY. You are right. At that time, when we won that number one pick, that was during the dark ages of the Bulls, where Bulls fans start to pick up a second team at that time, bro. Start to like, you know what? We can't do this no more, man. Lefty, what you got, man?
As far as moments, I don't know, man. It was so many. It's hard to pinpoint one. Pat, great point. That dunk, I'll never forget that one. And Stacey King almost jumped his fat ass out the stadium when it happened. And, the lottery, everything, man. When I think of D Rose, it's the greatest story unfinished.
Yeah.
It's like a good ass Tubi movie to just go off. You know how the Tubi movie is good, then it just go the fuck off. Like it ain't no like it just end. You'd be watching it and the story just stopped. You know what I mean? I don't know, man, because just think about it. Hometown kid. He was already a high school legend here.
Yeah.
They went to what, four state championships. I think he won. How many win? 3?
I think they won 3.
Three,
right? Yeah, Jabari won 4. So yeah,
Jabari was the only one that won 4.
The only one that won 4. He was already a legend here, and then you turn around, get drafted by your hometown team, man, and rookie of the year, MVP. It was like, man, and honestly, if it wasn't for LeBron being in Cleveland, probably could have got him to the finals. You know what I mean? Maybe even won one. And
yeah.
Then, so I mean, it was LeBron in Cleveland was knocking a lot of people out at that time, but then the injury, man, and I don't know. Just like I said, it started out like the greatest movie ever.
Yeah. So, Lefty, I'm gonna agree with you on that, man.
The damn thing just went off. You know what I'm saying? So, man,
you ever had your house broken into, Lefty?
Huh?
You ever had your house broken into? You come home, and they just stole everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I equate to Derrick Rose. They stole that pure basketball from us, man. The basketball guys just did not give us the full D Rose, a full career of him, man.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. He was and I mean, even just if you from Chicago locally, man, it's playground D Rose stories. It's I knew one of his coaches when he was in the 14-year-old league, like 13, 14, they had to move him up to play with the 17-year-olds. He was just that good. And when you think about just a natural born basketball player, natural born athlete, man, that's what he was, dude. Like it wasn't nothing he couldn't do, and even his coach Simeon, Robert Smith always talk about he kind of held them back. He kind of ran the offense through Tim Flowers, and let him be more of a point guard. But man, he said D Rose could have averaged 35 if he wanted.
Well, Lefty, let me touch upon the point that you just said about holding them back. Derrick Rose senior year, I was coaching up at Bogan High School, so we playing them. We playing them in our gym, right? The offense did run through Tim, and we were hanging with them. And then the fourth quarter came. They went into a huddle. And when they came out, I saw D Rose do the damn thing. When I say fourth quarter, a hot straight 20, and he went baseline for a reverse dunk. I was on the sideline like, okay, let's go. Yeah, I know this our gym, but let's just walk off the floor, man. It's
You
we
just
was
you threw your clipboard up in the air.
man, bro, it was just watching this kid. It was just like, cause when you saw him, he just didn't look like he didn't look like he was that dog. Cause I'd never seen him in person, just heard the stories and the clips. But when you see him, he was real, quiet, mild, you know, didn't really say much until that fourth quarter.
Yeah, he
And I
always had a
said,
laid back demeanor to him.
Yeah.
I said, he that dude.
Yeah.
I said, he that dude.
Like
Actually seeing it.
I
Man.
read what Joe
So,
King was saying today. Joe King said, man, you always been an introvert, bro. He said you was always quiet, but once them lights came on, he was like, you turned into a different person.
right. You step in that
Always
94 feet ring. When you stepped into them lines, he was a different person.
I mean, he was the kid that, in the neighborhood, every time you saw him, he had a basketball in his hand. He was dribbling the ball. Like, he was the guy that the whole neighborhood protected. Like, they kind of knew from.
He wasn't like you with a 40 in your hand. Never mind. Go ahead.
And the other good thing about it,
tell my business, but
you never heard any controversies or any black marks against D Rose, man.
But because he was the neighborhood kid that the hood cats kept out of trouble. Like, he ain't on that. His brother, of course, his brothers did, but he was just respected. Like, they knew this dude was going to the league from a young, like 12, 13 years old. It's like, this boy's going to the league.
His brother wasn't having that.
Yeah, Reggie didn't play. He was protected, but the whole neighborhood protected him. We've seen a lot of great players come through Chicago on the high school side. We had some up in our group about being you put it up about your favorite high school.
Yeah, I was just gonna go there.
Yeah, and it was
Jay Greer just made a good point too, man. Yeah. That comment right there, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And when Ronnie was in the car accident,
yeah, it was on that level, man.
Because when Benji died, it was like the city just fell. Everything just went. You felt it in your stomach, bro. Everybody, you like what?
Yeah, when Benji, Ronnie, D Rose, all three of those incidents, when they happened, the city of Chicago stopped breathing for a moment.
Yeah. Well, especially with Spackman because Benji got killed, you know what I mean? And what, it was before the internet era. Like, a lot of people really didn't get to see Benji play. If you went to Simeon, they showed you film of him. Dude could have went, they talking about this dude could have went to the pros out of high school. That good. So he was, I think the Rose one probably stung a little more just because he was a Bull. And the hype was there. They were rolling, man. They were one of the contenders in the East. So when he went down, and of course we still blame Tibbs, who, by the way, put up that thank you. He should have responded GFY. when the game was already won, and he kept him out when the whole thing happened. And hey, but all in all, man, hey, he lived his dream, man. He lived his dream. Congrats to the young man. Well, I guess congrats, man. And we actually asked the question in the shop last night. We got a bunch of people on. What's up, people? Is he a Hall of Famer? We asked it. We were all in the shop last night.
You took the question right out of my mouth, Lefty. Is he a Hall of Famer? Now, I'm gonna say this: if T-Mac, and you look at the players that did not win, you cannot say no to D Rose. D Rose was the youngest MVP ever.
First of all, don't you ever make a comparison like that ever again, because that wasn't fair. First of all, because when you look at the body of work, even though he was the youngest MVP, but when you still look at the body of work of T-Mac's versus Derrick Rose's body of work isn't as big as T-Mac's body of work. So don't you ever make a comparison.
Why isn't it?
You think it is?
You look at the time that D Rose was at the top of his game when he came into the league to when he got hurt.
But the problem is it's just short lived.
He did way more. He did way more than T-Mac did. If you want to go there.
What do you mean by way more?
T-Mac was just a highlight reel, bro. Was T-Mac on the team that challenged anybody for Eastern Conference? Not. I mean, what did T-Mac do?
Orlando team was pretty good.
What did T-Mac do that was just so great?
So
over D Rose.
So when he was in Toronto, you don't think he was running that team in Toronto?
No, that was Vince's team.
No, that was Vince's team.
And it was Vince's team, but T-Mac played a great part of that team's success back then too.
Yeah,
when
he became the man when he went to Houston, though.
What about when he was in Houston?
Where did Houston go?
So how many
did Houston go?
Okay, so here's my question: How many years did we get with D Rose here in Chicago?
What, 4? 3, 4?
We got 3, maybe 4. Then he went
to about pre-injury.
Yeah, pre-injury.
3, right? He got hurt the year after the MVP, right? When rookie year he won MVP. Then year 3, the end of the playoffs in year 3 is when he got hurt.
Okay, and then he went over to Minnesota for a minute, right?
Yep, he lingered around.
Went to the Knicks.
Started bouncing around.
At the Knicks,
right?
Knicks first,
and he showed flashes in Minnesota. Pre-injury, he showed flashes. He didn't show a lot in Minnesota like that.
Yeah.
Then he went to the Knicks. So other than 3 years, them 3.5 years that we had with him in his body of work, how do you say there's comparison with T-Mac's body of work, though, man?
If you tell me what T-Mac did besides dunking.
T-Mac was a dog.
T-Mac was a scoring machine, bro.
Don't downplay T-Mac now. He's a dog now.
T-Mac was a scoring machine, bro.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what did T-Mac accomplish? What did he accomplish in his career at any point? Did he go to an Eastern Conference final? Did he get out the first round?
I don't think you could just look at playoff appearances as a measure stick, nor the same with MVPs. I think if you look at complete body of work, it's hard. And I'm going to say this specifically from an NBA perspective. You look at their careers in the NBA, they don't parallel each other. T-Mac had a greater career because he played longer, he played more. You know, he was offensive guys are always going to shine bright. You know what I'm saying? Derrick only had, out of the 15 years he played, he only had 3 seasons that he scored above 20 points. So, you know, average for the season. So when you look at that collectively, now, if you want to take Derrick, what he did in college, and, you know, and you could obviously see from the respect of all the players that's giving him his flowers, all the shout outs you see on social media, everything they've been doing on ESPN and any other channel. He is very well renowned, and everybody, just like we do as Chicagoans, know how special Derrick Rose was and should have been. So everybody will tell a story about going up against him, and when they talk about him like they used to talk about Kobe. So for that respect, I could see him becoming a Hall of Famer off the strength of that. But his stats, and I said it last night, look at his comps. They had a list of 10 players with comparable stats to Derrick Rose. And I don't remember all 10, but I'll give you 2 of them. Dana Barrows and Kendall Gill. That's how his stats measure up.
If you're gonna base it over his whole entire career, post injury and everything, then you're more than no. But I mean, I think just him being the youngest MVP.
The injury has to come into play.
I know, but I'm just saying, but just being the youngest MVP, in NBA history should get him in.
And I
that
think
that alone should get him in.
I'm not saying he shouldn't get in,
but I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't get in.
It was just a comparison that being made that I'm like, no, you can't get it, bro.
All right. Let me explain this to you. All the guards that I'll name guards that he terrorized. D Rose terrorized when he was in the league. Chris Paul, Westbrook, Golden State's my boy Steph Curry, Kyrie. He terrorized them when he was in the league, man.
That was bad ankle stuff too, but
I get it. But when he came in,
D Rose draft,
Russell,
who was 2 that year?
Beasley.
Yep.
Oh, Michael Beasley. Beasley. And if he'd have had some sense on his show, he'd have been damn good too. But I mean, you know, and then they always they trash the NBA Hall of Fame anyway because they kind of just pick and choose who they're gonna put in. Is really they don't like sometimes it's like a fan favorite thing. But like I said, just that title of youngest MVP ever should get him in. But But DY, that's a great point. Like over his entire career, if you're going to base Hall of Fame over the entire career, then it wouldn't be shocking if they didn't let him in.
Derrick Rose draft class: Russell, Kevin Love, Eric Gordon, Brooke Lopez, Nicholas Biden, DeAndre Jordan. Man,
yeah.
Not a bad draft, but not an overly deep draft.
Right. I mean, a lot of them cats still in the league, though. I mean, it's playing significant minutes. So I mean,
but do you recall how he used to big boy Russell? And Russell was a dog. They all feared him.
I mean, D Rose was the guard version of LeBron. When you think about it, he was just stronger and faster and more athletic than anybody he went up against. I think outside of Westbrook, athletically, man, what guard could even not just stay in front of him, just jump with him, finish around the rim, anything.
If he said if Ben Wallace in, he should be in.
Ben played a big part in that Piston championship.
Well, look at all the rings that he got.
We not saying
a couple of rebound titles too.
I believe he should be
Defensive Player of the Year.
Defensive Player of the Year. Ben Wallace got a resume.
Right.
It was just that comparison that Ben had said that I had fought with. I ain't saying it could be in there.
I'll say this one last thing and we can move on. There's never been an MVP that hasn't been a Hall of Fame. If he don't go, he'd be the first MVP to not go to the Hall of Fame. So
it is, man.
The question should be whether would he be a first ballot or second ballot?
I don't think he'll be first, unless it's just a weak class going in. But I don't think.
Yeah. But Lefty, I want to go back to your question that you put in our sports group. With D Rose announcing his retirement, who would have had the best career if not for injuries? Derrick Rose, Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway, Brandon Roy.
How did that poll turn out, man?
I would say Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Grant Hill was incredible. And he had one of those, he had the mental aspect to his game. He wasn't
Derrick Rose won that poll.
Easily beat just because of how smart he was as a basketball player. He could play both sides of the ball. Grant Hill essentially could do it all. So, I put Derrick.
I hate to cut you off, but Brandon Roy got no votes.
I don't even know why you added him.
I couldn't think of another name. I wanted to put Greg Oden, but hey man, first of all, don't downplay Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy got buckets with them no knees.
Yeah.
Both his knees was shot, and Brandon Roy was still getting buckets. His knees was gone. He was like he had degenerate knees.
He got knees like Sly.
Well, facts. But Brandon Roy was still giving cats. You know what I'm saying, man? B. Roy was that dude. But I just had to fill in with a fourth, man. I couldn't think of it. I was trying to think of Greg Oden. Couldn't think of no damn body else.
Well, you know, I didn't vote for Derrick Rose. I voted for Penny.
I did too. I did too. And that was just me being biased because Penny reminded me of Magic. Y'all that know me know Magic's my favorite player of all time. And Penny reminded me of Magic. Came in 6'8", point guard. Man, I mean, he was, yeah.
Hey, Lefty, I tried for a whole year to get that Penny move down where he spin, that jump. I tried for so long to get that move, man, but I could not get that shit down.
Ain't that what they call you in high school, Little Penny?
I love Penny.
Hold on, Pat. Wait, Pat. This dude up in the corner over here, he bank hidden.
Yeah.
DY, is he up there bank hidden?
Yeah. DY is too.
Hey, man, hey, remember, man, Nike and a lot of cats got behind Penny.
Yeah.
Nike, the league, like
Penny had a whole thing with Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
Tyra Banks was in there. They was popping.
Like Penny was on his way. I don't think it's no wrong answer other than Brandon Roy. Grant Hill was a monster. You know, I just
you ain't have your thinking cap on. You ain't have your thinking cap on at all when you said that one.
What, Brandon Roy?
Yeah.
I couldn't think of no fourth, man. I don't know what to put in. How's to put in there?
So the poll that I put out there was who's your favorite Chicago born NBA player. Derrick Rose came in second to Isaiah.
Of course.
You know, he overtook D Wade, Tim Hardaway, Mark Aguirre, and a lot of people voted, man. Terry Cummings, Mo Cheeks.
Yeah, and to remember, a lot of us, we actually got to see Derrick play in high school. So a lot of us didn't get to see Zeke. We didn't get to see Mark play. They were older than us, you know.
I think Isaiah was just like
right. He was Isaiah
all
was
the fair respect right there. Everybody gonna say Isaiah step out the
that was my favorite player growing up, man, was Zeke. You know.
Right, but you caught him in the pros. I mean, we actually
I caught him in Indiana.
Well, Indiana,
that little baby afro he had.
That was terrible too.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But
just think about if Pat had hair right now, a little baby afro. That's how it would be.
Dang.
Not a little penny.
Go little penny. Put your glasses on, Ben.
All right, Isaac.
Little penny. That campaign was.
And
that campaign was hot. I'm not
surprised. I'm not surprised he won over D Wade either, man. Because if D Wade probably would have came home, I think a lot of people still resent him coming here, act like he was coming back to the crib to play for us, and then went back to Miami. I think that.
And then he came when it was over with.
Right.
And he even said that he was a bad pro in the locker room when he got here, man.
D Wade wasn't like a known high school legend here.
No.
You know,
but when he
came out, you know, he got the Marquette star balling
out. That's what it was when he got the Marquette.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know him when he's at Riches like that.
Right.
But once he got
the
Marquette,
it wasn't when he got the Marquette. It's when Marquette made the playoffs and he had that run.
Yeah, he put that work
in the tournament. You know, the tournament puts a lot of people that you have never heard of
on the
map.
Hell, we traded for one, Tyrus Thomas.
It also put Jimmer Fredette on the map, and you see where he is.
Facts, DY.
Jimmer?
You terrible, man.
Hey, while we bullshitting, it put Steph on the map.
I was just going to say that.
I was getting ready to say that. A lot of people didn't know
new Steph
tournament, bro.
I still don't know what Davidson is. What state is it in?
Carolina.
Okay. Thank you.
Never.
I'm just saying, hey. Well, you're right. The tournament did. Yeah, that tournament did put cats on.
Yeah, for sure it did. Man. So, hey, Smoke in the air for our man D Rose, man.
Yes, sir.
Way to
Always.
go, way to go, kid. Way to go.
I still say Chicago should bring him back for
and
one
getting
day.
that bag from Adidas.
Oh, he definitely got that bag.
He got that bag from Adidas.
Oh no. Smoke in the air for his dirtbagness. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Now them shoes wasn't shit. Them shoes wasn't shit. Now let's be real, but okay, go ahead. Congrats, D Rose, baby. Congrats, great for you, baby.
Hey man, what went down with the Chicago Sky? They fired Teresa Weatherspoon after one season. She was 13-27, missed the playoffs. I mean, what happened? She looking like what happened?
What?
What? Me?
Now, what explanation did the organization give?
Give one?
Have they given an explanation?
I have not read one yet.
That's why I was looking for one. They haven't.
Now I've seen some comments by other players around the league that refused to come play with Angel Reese when she was reaching out to players because of the front office. Now, if Kevin was on the podcast today, he'd say it's because of the front office, the way they are getting rid of top players because they don't want to play them. You know, matter of fact, they was practicing in the YMCA.
Yeah, they was.
Facility now, though, right? They about to have their own facility and everything now.
Right.
Next year.
And
I haven't been able to find those statements either, though.
Hey, Isaac, put that picture back up.
I keep
Teresa
thinking
Witherspoon.
Y'all call Sean.
She. Oh, you heard? You got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, who's Isaac?
Hey, listen. She looked like in front office meetings, she was bringing the smoke, bro. Like, what are y'all doing? You got us out here looking bad in the YMCA. I think it was a lot of going back and forth with her in the front office, and they was like, you know what? We ain't doing this with you for another year.
In the chat, they going at it about these high school players from the Sky, from the Shy. They getting it in. I'm reading the comments.
Yeah.
They done bought up Rashad Griffith, Eddie Curry, Thomas.
Yeah. I see it.
They getting it in. They got it.
Look, if you go back and watch those games, think about the Sky games that we watched this year.
Yeah.
If you didn't see some coaching inefficiencies, and this is from someone who has coached before, some coaching inefficiencies throughout her tenure with this team, you know, maybe you don't understand and realize why they decided to move forward with somebody else. I think she is a great players coach. She obviously has the heartbeat of her stars and things like that. You know, and Angel's a pretty emotional person, but at the same time, I don't feel that technically to have a young team, she could probably coach up a veteran team very well because she's all about keeping everybody happy. But coaching a young team such as this one, you need those coaches that's going to be hard on discipline, like things like, you know, with Angel and her footwork,
right.
Things like that. Camilla, you know, getting in better shape, things like that. And granted, I understand it's still the WNBA, but the coach drives a lot of that. And I just don't.
But she ain't have no guards either, man. They guards.
We talking about after
Camilla can't get in shape at the Y.
We talking about after one season.
Look,
I say he got info on Teaspoon.
We found
all right. Isaac, come on. Let's discuss. I mean, Sean, yeah. My bad.
No, today is Isaac, and it's my birthday again.
For the fourth time this year.
Hey, that's neither here nor there. In honor of Kevin Lauder. So Jason's going to come on my show because, you know, Jason covers this guy.
Right.
And he was saying there's a lot of stuff going on, but according to Annie Constable in the Sun Times, it's that, and I'm quoting her article from yesterday's Sometimes his players aren't really supportive of Weatherspoon throughout the year. However, during exit interviews, it became apparent that there was some disconnect. Multiple players noted the changing play style throughout the year and mentioned the learning curve of being a first-year coach. So a lot of people were they just apparently some of the players said they had an issue with her. All right, and I don't know if it was because she's too harsh. Remember, she came out. She's a product of Kim Mulkey. Remember, she played for Kim Mulkey at Louisiana Tech. All right, and which is why Angel Reese loved her, because she came from Kim Mulkey and she got her Kim Mulkey protege. Right. I mean, you talk about tough, hard coaching. She went from one hard coach to another. You know what I mean? So that was fine. I don't know about these other girls. If they're used to that, if they're okay with it, I don't know. But Jason said there was a lot more going on behind the scene, and according to Andy Constable, a lot of players were not happy with it. With the with the way she ran it, with changing play style throughout the year. They said, and I don't know. I don't know. I thought she'd be a good fit for this team, but apparently the masses won. The majority won in that team. And you were talking about where they practice. They practice at the Berto Center. That's where they practice. The Berto Center got transformed into a park district, into like a rec league for Lake Forest, for Deerfield. Right. That's where they were practicing. It was the old Berto Center. So they had room, but they had everybody else in the neighborhood involved. So now they're getting their own place over in Bedford Park, literally across the street from Chicago. It's on 65th, about 49, 50, 100 west, so just off of Cicero. Yeah. The south side of the street is Bedford Park, the north side of the street is Chicago. So they're literally right on the border. So they're getting their new space, and that's the reason that what's her name, Clea Copper left, because people didn't want to come because they didn't have the facilities like New York and LA and who's the other one? Vegas, Connecticut. I think they were like only 3 or 4. Yeah. So, but that's what they were saying. This is what Andy Constable was saying about in the article yesterday.
So it had to really be bad. It had to really be bad, like you said, with the exit interviews, because, like Pat mentions, first year coach, because this was her first coaching gig, right?
Yeah.
As a head coach. It is that coaching learning curve.
Right.
You would think they would have gave her like at least 2 or 3 years to see if, I mean, it's kind of, to me, it's kind of a snap judgment after 1 year. It ain't like she came in and had a playoff team from last year, anything like that. So, I mean, to not give her,
it must have been more
2 or 3 years. It must have really been.
It must have been more players.
It had to be bad. It had to be bad. It had to be bad.
So she obviously didn't have the locker room like people thought she had the locker room for it to be that bad for her to get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I could talk about it next week, because Jason's going to come on this week, and he's going to tell me about it, because he wanted to come on yesterday, but he wasn't available. But yeah, I definitely want to hear, because I'm a big fan. Angel Reese took it hard.
Yeah, I saw her statement.
Yeah. I think she's a little drama queen too. She's like, I came to Chicago for you. Like, no, you came to Chicago because you got drafted, sweethart.
Right.
Sorry, young lady.
Right.
You didn't pick Chicago. We drafted you.
Right.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Stop with the drama, mama.
Calm down, little lady.
Stop with the drama, little mama.
As the youngsters say, cat.
Yeah.
What's up, Brandon?
Hey, they still going in. Jay Grizz, he brought out Sean Levingston, Randall L., Sherelle Ford. I mean, man.
Hey,
man.
He went all the way back. He went all the way back and grabbed some more people. Sean Levingston,
Marcus Liberty in there. They going at it.
Marcus Liberty, Corey Maggette.
Hey, we gonna have to.
TB said she coached the Liberty before.
Did she?
Yeah, she was a coach before.
TV said.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, they got her out of there too, huh?
Oh wow!
And she coached in college.
Well, like you said, it must really be styled, and you got to look at you also got to think with like who's the franchise player? Is it Angel Reese right now? Is she the face of the franchise? Would y'all say?
Well, of course she is.
Of
Yeah,
course.
she is.
Part
So-
of the
Of course.
Caitlin
So-
Clark deal.
So they didn't consult her. Well, if they did, it sounded like she was in favor of Witherspoon. So
Majority rules.
yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to hear what went down.
So
Yeah.
it says, I looked it up and it says, yeah. So she played. We know she played for the Liberty and the Sparks, and she was the head coach of Louisiana Tech, her alma mater.
Okay.
She wasn't the head coach. It doesn't say she was a head coach in the WNBA, but she was a head coach at Louisiana Tech, Lady Texters. Oh, okay. So she was a coach of the Westchester Phantoms, the associate in 07-08, 08-09. She was Louisiana Tech's associate head coach, and then from 09 to 14, she was the head coach at Louisiana Tech, and then from 20 to 23, she was the New Orleans Pelicans assistant coach, and then she got the gig last season here. So
and she coached in the NBA. She was assistant with the Pelicans.
Pelicans 20 to 23, yes.
Yeah, so she got the experience, but obviously, like I said, I think with this being a fairly young team, you almost have to go to the college ranks, or probably maybe see if you can recruit a good college coach to come up in here and recruit and mold these young players into a formative team. If they get their stuff together, this team could go on a nice little run. They're very dominant in the inside, but you didn't see that dominant shine. Like you watch the game and how sloppy it would be at times. Go watch Las Vegas and New York play. Go watch
But that goes to the guard play, man. They guard play.
No, that ain't. That's
no, that is guard play. That's guards run it all, man. Guards run.
Man.
They run the whole. I mean, think of all the good championship teams you had. Good guard. I mean, just think of a Magic and what Isaiah. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking when guard. Why do you think in the NCAA tournament there are a lot of upsets? Because you got some schools with guards who are juniors and seniors who stayed and they run stuff. I think that's a big thing in basketball. Period. You got good guys who run the floor, or people. I shouldn't say guys here. We have guards who lead, and can facilitate, and it means a lot, man. It means a whole lot.
Well, we got one of the best and higher scoring younger guards coming, you know what I'm saying, on our squad, on the Sky Squad now. So, I think to your point, Kennedy Carter.
Oh, she's nasty. She's nasty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's nasty.
Yeah, I like her.
Yes.
So I think if you got her anchored with Camilla, Angel Reese, you put a match her up with pair up with another guard, or maybe even a good facilitator. I think this team can really be on to something. So,
well,
who said that earlier? Who said that earlier about Camilla Cardoso needing to lose weight?
I said get in shape.
I said that many a time throughout the season. She needs to lose weight because she plods up and down the court. All right, and why is Angel Reese? Why is Angel Reese getting 12, 15 rebounds? You getting 3? You're 6'7", man. You know what I mean? Like, you're 6'7". Like, you got to work on. You got to get in shape. You got to lose weight. You got to get those fast twitch fibers going. We need you to be able to poke. If you can pogo stick like Dennis Rodman at 6'7", come on, man. You're one of the tallest people in the league. Minus Brittany Griner.
More than likely she came here and got her hands on some Harold's mild sauce.
Might have been.
Some burgers. And
when she first started out,
what did Angel say? Hell be busting.
Also, right?
Hell be busting.
Hey, she was probably Lefty. She got hooked on the gym shoe sandwich.
The gym shoe. Hey, man, Chicago is the land of the big backs, baby. The land of the
big backs and big back sides.
She went straight to McDonald's and started eating deep dish.
Right, deep dish pizza.
Hey,
you know what I think? You know what I think they really need to do, and it's unfortunate because Brendan Maxwell got hurt. If you get a dead-eye 3-point shooter, I think that'll also help Kennedy Carter.
Yes,
that'll help Kennedy Carter big time because she is fearless, and I'm happy for her.
It'll help the bigs out too.
It'll
help the bigs big time. Because now you got spacing.
Yep,
you got that spacing.
They collapse on them, like boom, kick it out, got you for 3. Like, don't reach.
I hope Angel Reese go to Elijah Wan's camp and get her footwork together.
Yeah, she got to get
that's
that.
The most important. Yes.
Somebody need to be calling Elijah Wan's camp like, hey, you going?
Hey,
Yeah, you work on get that footwork together.
Hell, the Sky. The
Right.
Sky should be like, we'll front the bill.
There you go.
You and Camilla go down there because Camilla just needs some footwork. We need to get, is Mickey still alive? Get her in the boxing gym, get her jumping rope and chasing chickens.
Come on, man.
Did y'all just say chasing
Come on,
chickens?
Rock. Come on, Rock. Hey,
and keep up with the Mickey's gyros.
Too bad that my man Carl Weathers ain't think to go running on the beachfront and get her in shape.
Rest in peace, Carl.
Rest in peace, Carl Weathers. Apollo Creed, man.
Hey, the socks and all. The socks and all, man.
The high socks.
Not the socks, baby.
Hey, man, we got to pop in, man. We got to pop in.
They're going to sound like angry, man.
No, man. He referred to himself as Mr. Got-A-Body. I don't know why, because we know he ain't got nobody. What up, T to the B? What's up?
First of all, what up, fellas?
What's up, fellas?
Let me make my quick comment real quick. Angel Reese get most of them rebounds off them whack-ass retarded shots she be taking. Mm-hmm. You can't even box out. You can't even box out on her shots because you don't know where the hell they going. She just throwing shit up, grabbing the rebound, Dennis Rodman style. That's all she doing. She hitting 15 rebounds but having 12 points. What make that make sense? That's retarded. Right. That's Dennis Rodman style. That's all she doing.
She gets some money off on the defensive end too. You can't score on the defensive end when you get a rebound.
Listen, Witherspoon is terrible. She's always been terrible. She was a terrible player, if you ask me. Her name is Teresa Gay, and I'm gonna leave it at that. That's her, and that is her actual middle name. So I'm not being funny. So go from there.
Wow.
They need to get a whole new coaching staff in there. I knew it was bad when they brought her in here. Witherspoon is terrible.
Oh wow.
But I'm here for the Bears. So if you want me to come back, I'm here for the Bears. Let me know when y'all get to that.
We got you.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. For the houses and the big fella that look like the Ravens.
Red and all that real folk.
For the first three games. Hey, for the first 3 games, I ain't cuss him out so much in my life. My wife was like, babe, I like, no, I don't want to hear nothing he got to say. Tell him shut up and get out.
Right. So, that's what I'm here for. For all these fair weather friends that's judging a man after 3 games.
All right, we gonna get to that.
Right.
We gonna get to that. But TB, I'm gonna ask you since you on here, you got OU or Auburn?
Come on, man. Can't beat blind and retarded, dog. You gotta be one of them. Come on, man. Hey, you know what? I'll let the panel answer that.
Hey, just answer this. Where your ashtray at, TV? Just hold your ashtray up so he'll know when you talk what you got going on.
That's in the truck, man. That's in the pickup.
You know that man got OU.
I'm going with Auburn.
You would.
War Eagle, huh?
You would. The same person that compared Tracy McGrady to Derrick Rose.
Right. It wasn't a comparison, man.
Come on, man. Hey, I'm Derrick Rose to the heart, dude. But McGrady was a dog, man. A dog. Come on.
Never said he wasn't.
Now, you can compare him to Brandon Roy. Yeah.
Well, hey man, let's keep this train moving, man. We got some big NCAA football games, man. The biggest one today is Georgia versus Bama. Lefty. Who you going with? I put that text in there to show the college game day crowd. That sign said UGA fans all attend Diddy parties. I said, good Lord, come on, man. Y'all showed that?
That was too soon.
Way too soon.
I don't think the cameraman was paying attention. Just added up. Man, I don't know. I just don't like Alabama. I don't know why, man.
I'm with you, Lefty.
And I just not a Bama guy, man. I ain't like Nick Saban, man. He was an arrogant prick to me. And so I'm going.
That's true.
I'm going with Georgia, man.
DY.
This one is essentially a toss-up, man. You could flip a coin and pick between these two teams. So I'll say Bama because they're at home, but Georgia's probably the better team.
Ghoul gang.
I'm gonna say Bama. And the only reason I say I'm gonna say Bama is because they're at home and they had the crowd behind them. But it's like Damani said, man, it's a toss-up. Both of these defenses only allowing like under 10 points a game.
And under 20. Hey, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Take the under.
Yeah.
There don't be a lot of scoring in this.
They ain't giving up no points.
There won't be a lot of scoring.
Right. Those are facts.
I think Georgia giving up like 6 or 8 points or something, and Bama. Nah, they ain't neither one of them really played nobody.
They got the prime time game too, right?
Yeah, 6:30,
6:30.
They the big game.
Yeah, prime time slot. All right. Louisville, Notre Dame. And I ain't even gonna ask you, Lefty. I'm gonna go to TB. Number 15 versus number 16. They in Notre Dame. Is this a must win?
Oh, it's most definitely a must win for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's most definitely a must win. But I don't know much about Louisville this year. They were decent last year. But because I don't like Tim or Damani, I'm gonna go with Louis. And Kevin Lauder game is patting after Purvis Ellison. I'm gonna go with Louisville.
Never
nervous, baby.
Never nervous.
Oh, come on, man. Come
I
on.
dug that one out.
Yeah.
Hey,
TB.
And you pull that from the same load I grabbed Brandon Roy from.
Hey, TB, I'm getting my bank head on. I like that one. I like that one.
Never nervous person.
So that should be a good game on the docket. DY, who you got in that one?
Must win for Notre Dame. They at home. So gotta pick Notre Dame in this game.
All right.
Let me say this, since I am a Notre Dame fan. I just don't trust them, man. I don't trust Notre Dame, man. I love them. I'm a fan. I just cannot trust them, man. And type of game they probably should win. Like, they shouldn't have lost to Northern Illinois either. But I don't know if it's Freeman. I don't know what it is, man. But
hey,
if he lose this one, rest for sure, Urban Meyer bags is packed.
Hey, Lucky, I was just to say he better hope they win, because he on a hot seat, bro.
This seat hotter, man.
He on a hot seat, so he better hope they win.
Urban Meyer, man. I've been watching that Aaron Hernandez. Urban Meyer is something else, man.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know he was like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Notre Dame will go from the Saints to the Sinners. They go from the Saints to the Sinners.
Right.
Now, a game that I do want to watch is Mississippi State and Texas with Arch Manning.
First start.
Okay. Is it Mississippi State?
It ain't his first start. This not his first start. I think this will be his
second.
This is first start.
No, Quinn went down.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he started last week.
Yeah, he
started last week. Second start.
That's what I thought.
No, that was the week. That was the week before. That was the week before.
Oh, okay.
Because they
you
on.
know what? You're right. You're right. We was
Yeah.
Okay. You're right.
So he been slinging that ball around. He been slinging that ball and running.
Hey man, what about Illinois Penn State? Man, keep it local.
Yeah.
Game.
Illinois Penn State, man.
Well, Illinois looking good. That defense is looking right.
Hey, I tell you, old boy, from that new coach they got, he putting together a hell of a program, and I like the fact that he recruits heavy local. Like, he going to get all them Joliet Catholic boys. Like, he I think he turned this program around, man.
What is that? The guy that used to coach Arkansas. What's that coach? Battleman or something?
Brett Bielema. Brett Bielema.
Yeah,
He was at Wisconsin first before he went to Arkansas.
Yeah, he's always been a good coach, man.
Yeah,
he runs the hell out of the ball too. He runs the hell out of the
he's
ball.
always been a good coach.
Brett Bielema, yeah.
Yeah.
So, DY, you said it when we was backstage. This is a great football Saturday, so to speak, and it's a lot of games on at the same time. So, like I said, you want to have multiple screens trying to watch all these games that come on at the same time. 2:30, it's like everybody on.
I know you're not gonna pass up that game last night. I know you're not.
Well, I was gonna say that for DY, because you texted me last night talking about that game. So DY, I'm gonna let you take the reins on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially what college football all about. You got two inter-conference teams playing against each other, battling out, going toe for toe. The higher ranked team playing from behind for the majority of the game.
Yeah.
But keeping it close, keeping it within 10 since halftime. And then, we all watched at the shop together. We saw, Heisman candidate quarterback bring them back in the fourth quarter with about 3.5 minutes left. And then this thing come down to this one play. Controversy as it was. And I called it
Cam Ward.
Right.
Cam Ward. Yeah.
I saw when we was at the shop. I said it was no catch, but everybody thought it was a catch. But I don't think it was a catch. I don't think it was conclusive.
Yeah, right. I think that's
what I said.
Called it like that too, because we was going back and forth. We just kept watching it. Us three was right there at the TV, like glued to it. And I kept saying it looked like he caught the ball, but I don't think it was enough evidence to say it was an actual catch, bro. I don't think he maintained it long enough for them to say it was a catch. It was a stupid game, though.
But here's the thing: if it wasn't conclusive, they called it a touchdown. So in a sense, they overturned it because initially it was called a touchdown, right? So it didn't look like it could have went either way, but typically in those situations, it's not enough to overturn the call. They called it a touchdown.
They did.
Now then, so we went back and looked, so it wasn't conclusive. Like they reversed the call.
I'm just saying, from my opinion, it was inconclusive.
You know what? They released a statement after the game, and they said because one of the Miami players was out of bounds and was touching the ball, that it was an incomplete pass. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he might have caught it, but because he was touching the ball and he was standing out of bounds, his butt was out of bounds, then it was an incomplete pass.
Wow.
That's what they that was why it was called incomplete.
Oh, okay,
because it looked like he had it, he caught it and came down with 1 foot.
Right.
All right, but then there was a lot of jostling around for, afterwards. Then you saw the ball pop up. But I'm like, man, if he caught it and if 1 foot's down, that instantly means it's a catch. Right. Even if someone rips it out, that's a second move on the play. It's when it comes to touchdowns, once you cross the once that it happens, like you cross the goal line, even if it pops out a half a second later, it's still a touchdown.
And that's what I was thinking when I saw it. I was like, no, he got that foot down and had the ball.
Mm-hmm. So, but
good explanation there.
That was crazy. That was wild, man. I couldn't believe it. I was.
Yeah. Hey, the funny part, we were sitting there watching. We like, oh, upset. When they went up, when Virginia Tech went up 10, and we was like, no, that's a lot too much time left on the clock.
I said, boy, Miami lose. This would be a bad loss for Miami.
Man.
At home, yep.
Yeah. Against the conference, somebody in the conference. Whew.
I know Jada Payne was happy.
I'm gonna tell you right now, these refs, they got to get called on the carpet, man, for some of this stuff, man. They gotta do better with some of these decisions that they be making because they at pivotal points of the game. So they got to do better. Whether it's across all sports, man. These referees got to start stepping their game up, man, and they just can't be getting passes.
Well, yeah, you're right, but we always talk about how much faster the game is now, and so you think about if you're a ref, and you trying to catch that in real time. You know, trying to make these calls in real time. It's a lot. This ain't the 80s.
Yeah.
Ain't even the 90s, man. Like,
you damn sure can't see everything, though.
Yeah.
That's one thing for sure.
Hey,
with all those camera angles, I mean, how many camera angles did they have? About 4 or 5 yesterday?
Yeah.
That was tough. They had the one from behind it, but on the other side of the goalpost that they zoomed in. They had from both sides and from the front of it. It was that was, even with all those camera angles, man, it's still difficult to see. That's how crazy.
Yeah.
That's how tough it is.
Yeah.
Now we talking some of the blatant BS like the Kansas City game, which I guess we go NFL. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey,
TB. Your boy is now here. Purvis.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
is he nervous?
my man, Mr. Hilton here.
Yeah, man. We're gonna bring him in with this tugboat behind him. So bring him in, Sean.
Oh wow, tugboat, huh?
Hey, hold on, wait. Hey, boy, you talking about my cousin?
I didn't say no names or nothing.
Hey,
nothing at all.
Everybody, and hello, Yuck Mouth.
What up, Tim?
Good morning, good afternoon. How y'all doing? We out to a rocket start, but how y'all doing, man?
What's going on, Mr. Hilton?
What's up?
You look like you had a rough night, brother.
Hey, Kev, I had to check them, man. They was on here talking about you, calling you nervous Purvis. And I was like, you ain't gonna do my boy like that. But that's neither here nor there.
Would I miss the free throw?
Hey, I did want to get to one thing before we go NFL, man. Big Cat to New York. Tell me how y'all feel about that, man. Anybody can jump in.
I'll go first. I think Minnesota won that deal. If Randall and the other
DiVincenzo,
if they stay healthy, I think they won that deal. In my opinion,
I look at it two ways. I look at Cat. Minnesota wanted to stop that Cat and Gobert experience. They had to run it by Ant. Ant was cool with it. And New York needed a big man because their son ain't back. And they didn't even want to try with Randall. They looking at the squad like Randall don't fit no more. So they weren't going to experiment and didn't have to trade him at the trade deadline. We're just going to do it now.
Well, you also know
they had to get with this casino, whatever the hell his name is.
Tipper don't like to get his old players. He like to keep his old players like Todd Gibson, Julius Randle, and all them guys around.
But
the question, right,
I mean, not Julius Randle, Cat. Because remember, he coached Cat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But the question you got to ask, the way Tibbs is a defensive, hard-nosed guy, and we know Cat ain't no big defensive guy.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't gonna be shooting them threes with Tibbs either. He ain't gonna be out there shooting them threes.
Right.
Well, Big Cat played defense like Damani did.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Y'all got to think about it. They lost Hardenstein and Robinson starting off on the injury list.
Yeah.
So he got to get his big ass on the block. Like you ain't be out there, bro.
I understand why New York traded for a big, but I think Cat is one of the most skilled bigs in the league. I always said that about him. But he's lazy. On the defensive side of the ball, he's lazy. And mentally, he gets out of if he gets a bad foul call on him, he's mentally gone. Like he gets 2 fouls early.
Like he was in Vegas against Kev. But that's neither here nor there.
I think TB actually hit it on the head there, man. I think he hit it on the head.
Frying him off today, huh, Ben? I see.
Get rid of that.
Hey, man, we've been gone for 2 weeks. We got to get it
in. And Big Cat together experiment. I don't think that was working.
It wasn't working.
But I told y'all after Minnesota lost to Denver, I told y'all Cat was probably gone. I dare y'all to put up the show after that series was over. I said it.
Well, I ain't gonna say it didn't work, Pat. They made it to the Western Conference Finals.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't say it didn't work. I mean, honestly, Ant didn't show up in the finals, in the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Yeah, he's good. He's gonna be good, but he's not that dude yet that he think he is.
Well,
I think he was wore out.
It's funny. It didn't work. It seemed like they complement each other. Cat's not that good a defender. Gobert's a good defender.
Right.
Yeah, you would have thought I thought when it first happened that it was a good pairing, but I don't know.
Well, that's because
Yeah, if you
Gobert
take
can't.
Gobert off the floor come playoff time, he's a mismatch. So he
Right.
always
He
end up on
can't.
the bench.
Yeah.
Cat getting in foul trouble. They messed up.
Yeah, but they can't. You're not gonna be able to get rid of Gobert with that contract.
No, that's why they got rid of
True.
Cat.
That's why they had to get rid of Cat, right?
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So where does
man,
Julius Randle fit there though?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Cat gonna get frustrated with Jalen Brunson, who only person I know shoot more than Jalen Brunson was Ben. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey.
And they are built alike.
But Jalen hit shot. Oh, he said shoot more. All right, go ahead, Devon.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Definitely.
Right, Sean.
But yeah, I want to see how that's gonna work because Jalen Brunson get the ball in his hand and
it's
offense just stops.
Well, you got another 20-point score, bro, and you got Bridges them on the squad. You can't just dominate the ball like that. You can't do that no more, man.
He shouldn't have no reason to do it no more.
Yeah, but Tibbs ain't never been known as a great offensive coach, so I don't know who his assistants are, what type of offense they gonna run to keep everybody engaged. Because can you see Cat coming up and down the floor 5-6 straight times and not getting a touch? He gonna be mentally out of it.
You're right.
No, he gonna say, "Well, I'm just gonna go home and I'm gonna drink some wine and think about what happened tonight."
Yeah, and also look at this: if they run up on Philly in the playoffs, Cat too little for Embiid.
Ooh, Embiid.
Did you see the contract? Did you see the contract Embiid yet?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And they got PG
Robinson
now.
be back by the end though.
They got Paul George now. Man, you can't count on Robinson. They kept saying that all that. Robinson, man, he just another body, dude.
I thought the Knicks would have went out to Ayton. They say he on the block. Portland trying to move on from him.
Oh, okay.
I thought the Knicks probably should have went out to him because I think Cat is more productive with the ball in his hand. I can't see him running around waiting for Jalen Brunson to give him the ball finally.
Kevin Lauder can post up Aiden.
I can't see that either.
Old soft self.
Damn.
Damn.
No, I was a 3. I would have posted you up for damn sure. But look though. But look though.
TB.
But look though. You gotta run the offense because quiet as kept. Bridges can play defense, but Bridges can score a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You lost DeFacino, which is a shooter.
This DeFacino, who the fuck is that? I mean, who is that?
DiVincenzo.
Oh, okay.
You lost him. You gotta get Cat involved. Like you can't just pound the ball and take all the shots and think Cat just gonna get all the rebounds and be cool with that.
Right.
So it got to be some type of offense. Like to me, they didn't even want to try with Randall. If they got rid of him like that, because he was up for an extension.
Well, you got to look at it.
Like, hey man, my team done changed.
Minnesota has now got somebody that's going to really play in the block. If Randall is truly healthy, he's gonna play more on the block, and that's leave more room on the outside for Ant. And now you got DiVincenzo.
What about Gobert though?
Right. See, that's the problem.
He in the damn way.
Cat was decent because Cat can step outside the paint.
Stretch it out.
Right. So, but with Gobert and Randall both down there, then you got
Gobert's just there for defense, not for scoring.
But Randall also likes to roam out and play out top sometimes. He likes to shoot a lot of threes too now. Let's not forget that.
But Randall likes to
true.
Randall likes to hold the ball.
He's left-handed, so it's something. Yeah.
Remind me of a lot of left-handed people, man.
About my family, man. I don't
that's my problem with Jason Tatum. Cold-blooded. But when they swinging that ball, once it hit his hand, it stops. Now he got to do 5 jab steps, fake with the left leg and all that. And the ball just now it's 3 seconds. He's passing the ball. You got to just throw up some crap.
Take him off screen. Take him off screen.
I love Boston. I love Tatum, but he does. I say it all the time. When that ball swinging and when it hit his hands, it stopped.
Jaylen Brown don't always move the ball either.
We're gonna have a lot of time to talk NBA, man. Let's go ahead and get into my kind of town and talk about the Chicago Bears, baby. So
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the last third. That's gonna take up the rest of the show.
Well,
Yeah.
let's get into it, man.
Go.
You know, just this week you had what's the tight end? The oldest guy in the league,
Mercedes Lewis.
Mercedes had his little moment where he was talking about the OC coach. He's saying he not coaching them hard, man. He being too light with them, and he needs to coach, man. They can take it. They pros. When do you see a player come out and have to say that about one of the coaches?
Well, let's
Yeah,
be
vet
specific.
player though.
But let's be specific. Mercedes Lewis, DJ Moore, Caleb Williams, and Cole Kmet had a meeting with Shane Waldron.
Right.
And pretty much, Mercedes Lewis was the one that kind of spoke about it, but just saying, I guess he's kind of timid, and that's not surprising because you see him on the sideline shaking and shit with trying to call the plays, and like, what is wrong with him? Like he's scared to coach him. So Mercedes Lewis just putting that out there. I'm pretty sure a lot came up about his place selection. Even the center, Sheldon Coleman had something to say about it, about that sweep on 4th down. So everybody was questioning him, man. So it was just one of those things where the players took charge and went in there and pulled his card, man. Which I thought.
Did you see the internet go crazy on that play, man? Because it showed every Bear old lineman on
the ground.
On the ground.
Everybody fell.
Well, first of all,
it's like somebody pulled a sheet from up under them and they all fell down.
What it looked like.
But it was a stupid call. So let me can I ask y'all this as Bears fans? Why is the solution to all of a sudden start giving the ball to Johnson as if it was Swift's fault? So I watched Swift ball out in Detroit, ball out last year in Philly. All of a sudden, your solution is to take the ball out of his hand. I'm not saying you're not supposed to use Johnson. Of course you are.
It should be
but they made it sound like we're going to take this ball out of Swift's hands and go to Johnson as if Swift is messing up.
Well, Kev, go back and look. They showed some specific runs where Swift is not hitting the holes. Me and Sean, we was watching the game in Indy. He missed it. He was like a one look cut from running a 10, 15 yard. He's running into his players. So some of it is on him. Like when they really went back and showed the film, he's kind of hesitant hitting the hole. He's not making the cuts. It's something he's not seeing. I don't know what it is about. I'm with you though. He balled out in Philly and Detroit. But
anytime a man has played 3 games and only run for 60 yards, he got to take some blame.
Well, that got a lot to do with who blocking for him too.
Let's not forget what offensive line he ran behind last year too. And the Philadelphia's offensive line is
that's true. That's true.
Right.
And then Detroit got a couple first rounders in their offensive line as well. So let's not get that twisted either. So he's run behind good offensive line, 2 well constructed offensive line his first 2 stops, and then he comes here. He's got one guy in Darnell Wright who's a first rounder. So that has a lot to do with it.
But you know what, Sean? I was having this conversation about. So I looked it up. The Bears they run game last year. They were like in the middle of the league, almost top half of the league. And you got to ask yourself, because I'm seeing like Darnell Wright had his worst game as a pro. I'm seeing Braxton Jones regress, Tevinjenkins. You got multiple guys regressing like this. It got to be schematic, right? It got to be something with the scheme that's not working, because I can't see through all 3 and Nate Davis as well. I can't see 4 guys all of a sudden that just don't know how to run block.
Well, hey, Lefty, you also got to factor in the reason they was in the middle of the pack was because of Justin.
It was, but some of it was non-just because Khalil Herbert had a good year last year.
All right, when I interviewed him last year, that was just like, and I asked him about his confidence, and he said his confidence was high. The line was blocking really well. There was a point where he had like a 2 or 3 game stretch where Khalil was going crazy. My question is if the run game is so off, let's look at the run game coordinator. Who's that? Chris Morgan. That's the offensive line coach. I think, and I could be wrong, but I don't know, man. I think there's a disconnect between Chris Morgan and Shane Waldron. Remember, Chris Morgan, he was shoved down his throat. He was the only offensive guy retained. And when you're an offensive coordinator, you want to bring in your people. All right. You want to bring in your offensive line coach who knows how he knows how to block your scheme. So I'm thinking there could be an issue there. But you know, the offense now that Chris Morgan is the run game coordinator, that run game has gone to shit.
Right.
It's got a point right there. I mean, what do I say all the time? Coaching matters, right? If it matters when you're good, it matters when you're bad. So, you know,
because I hate.
So then what is Johnson gonna do that Swift hasn't done?
But Johnson,
well, he's gonna run between the tackle and he hits the hole harder. That's for damn sure.
And also, I don't think it's what he ain't gonna do. I think when we looked at this season, we looked at that backfield like, man, we got 3 good runners back here. You know what I'm saying? Our run game should be way better than it is. And they gave the ball to Swift. And it's like you ain't seen Johnson at all. What happened to the 3-headed monster we thought we was gonna have in the backfield?
Well, why don't you run the ball with Herbert instead of passing him like he's the wide receiver?
He's finally healthy. Johnson's finally healthy. He wasn't fully healthy, so why put him out there when he's not healthy?
He got stole on in the Houston game on that sideline. He was dressed. So he should have played.
Hey, I would have put him in right after he got stole off of.
The only hit he took that game was on the sideline when he got punched. So I
would have put him in right after. You know, he's
that was a bad look.
But I got a question. If Swift is not hitting the hole, y'all said for whatever reason, then Herbert was hitting the hole. Why you making Herbert out to be some scat back that you're gonna throw the ball to? He's the guy that either him or Johnson, the guy that runs up the middle. So why you ain't giving Herbert the ball up the middle? Why don't we try that?
That's a great question.
Because we're throwing 52 times a game. That's why.
Bingo.
Well, because he ain't got no run game. So now they
ran 28 times. It's not like
28 times. You know the problem? The problem is you're misusing your talent. All right. You don't. DeAndre Swift is not a guy that you run up between the tackles.
Right.
And not with. That's Roshan Johnson. That's Khalil Herbert. Roshan Johnson's not a guy you run an outside zone.
And you don't have athletic linemen like that can get to the second level. So all those little jet sweeps and all that, I don't think that's their strength.
No, they can get to the second level, Luck. It's just why they're not doing it. They did it a lot last year, and why they're not doing it this year, I have no idea. When I broke down the film the other day, I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, there's a double team here. Why isn't this one guy, peeling off to the backer? Yeah. And that was on multiple plays. I'm like, you're not peeling off to the backer. Why are you staying? You know what I mean? It's kind of, we used to call it chip tray. Like you chip and you in the tray, you catch the linebacker. You chip to the linebacker, and they're not doing that. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I didn't understand that.
I just got a hard time believing all of a sudden this year these cats forgot how to run block. Everybody's getting on poles, right? They saying, oh, he didn't address the offensive line. He should have drafted. Lucas Patrick and Cody Whitehair were the weak links last year. He replaced them. He went and got Bates. Bates hurt, we know. He went and got Coleman for depth. So when people try to jump on Ryan Poe's case about the O-line, the line wasn't horrible last year. It ain't like
they got to be something, bro. They didn't clearly regress. So either
you got multiple players
not clicking.
Right.
Something's not clicking.
Yeah, it is, and I think it might be again. It's I think the biggest issue is the personnel. Like you got to use the running back to their strengths, and they're not using the running backs to their strengths. You're not. I mean, how many times have we seen DeAndre Swift with another little quick toss to or a screen or a swing route or something like that, or a screen out that way? You know what I mean? Like get him out in space. He's more in space, running back that you use in space as opposed to between the tackles. That's right. Roshan Johnson and Khalil Herbert. Let those two do that. And why they're not doing it, Kev, I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever.
Sean, remember we were saying that why you not running the ball with Herbert, and then why you not outletting to your tight ends, which will give Taylor Williams an outlet. Because Kmet is too busy in there blocking. I don't know where the hell is the new tight end.
How Cole Kmet blocking a defensive end instead of being in a route?
Exactly. He has to stay in there and block.
When he was he got him there blocking the DN by himself.
So can't y'all see this is all like a trickle down effect? Like if you loosen up the running game or you give Williams an outlet to the tight end, it'll make him better. But because you don't have no running game, your tight end's blocking, so he ain't got no outlets. Now you got to step back and throw the ball. And first of all, he's running back 10 yards before he decides whatever the hell he's going to do.
Game will solve 80% of the Bears' offensive.
Yes.
So again, it comes back to the number one thing: coaching. That's where it comes. Everything comes from the coaching.
Yeah, but I'm hearing polls getting a lot of flack, even from the other media outlets, are saying about not addressing the O-line. That line wasn't horrible last year, and then for them to come in and continuity is a lot with O-line. So you do want to kind of keep the same guys and let them grow together, but the regression is just mind blowing.
It's unreal.
Big.
Mind blowing.
It's unreal.
And I don't understand how you don't block. Like even if you got a different coach in basketball, it's not going to affect the way I shoot, right? It's not going to affect the way I dribble.
That's
like, you still got to do your job, bro. It doesn't matter the team or none of that. You still supposed to be able to block.
Yeah,
it's different.
I know it's different sport, but what I'm saying is you still got to shoot a free throw, right? It doesn't matter who the new coach is. You still have to line up and block. It doesn't matter what the scheme, like you still got to block.
No, but the scheme could be different, and that's the thing. And that's why I'm asking if my biggest question is there a disconnect between Chris Morgan and Shane Waldron? So maybe Shane Waldron wants something run a certain way, and Chris Morgan might not be teaching it right, or maybe Chris Morgan might not agree with it. I don't know. There's something. There's an offensive line. There's something there, because now that he got named the offensive run coordinator, this offense, the run game, our run game has been non-existent.
Yeah,
I think if you take the high level perspective and look at all of this, is number one, we got a rookie quarterback who's still learning bits and pieces of the offense and things like that. So the entire playbook is not available to him just yet. Second piece of that puzzle is you got a couple new players playing with you on that offense, offensive line, wide receiver, tight end, on all levels. You got new players in, and they run in number 3 a new system. So to have lofty expectations for 3 games into the season and to hear everybody starting to talk trash about the Bears is really unwarranted. You have to give this team time to gel. I didn't expect them to be 12-5 this year like some people thought they would be. And obviously a bulk of their wins may come later on in the season. We trying to count these games against certain teams as early wins. Every team essentially got better other than maybe Carolina. Every team got better. Look, we was counting Washington as a win. You better think fucking twice.
No, we don't.
No. You can't tell the Raiders that about
you ain't got to think twice.
Andy Dalton.
But the problem with that is the regression is glaring. Like I can see, you start off slow. I get all that, but this regression is glaring, bro. Like this ain't we just starting slow. We got a rookie quarterback. We'll pick it up. No. You have no running game, and your offensive line just forgot how to block.
I mean,
I understand
I'm also seeing Braxton Jones
but
knocked
come on,
in
man.
the backfield every damn play. I don't know where Braxton Jones all of a sudden he can't hold up on this. Like,
I don't think he had as bad of a game as everybody point out.
Braxton Jones seemed like he is playing upright and he just getting pushed around.
I don't know what it is. He was getting better last year. This year he don't look as good. Now Donnell Wright, I know the joke's coming. They say he got a back issue. I know the joke's coming. His back messed up.
That's too easy, Lefty. That's too easy.
That was a layup.
I actually thought it was you out there blocking.
Yeah.
Well, Sean, I want to give TB the screen. Put us all on the side. Give TB because DY mentioned on these fair weather fans, and TB wanted to come on and address
absolutely
those fair weather fans. So the floor is yours.
No, now the old TB is gone. So I'm gonna be respectful. But all these fair weather fans that want to put them down now, they've been wearing all your little Bear jerseys and screaming "Go Bears!" this and that. After 3 games, you know who you are. I ain't gonna call you out. Now you listening to these other big round moon-shaped people over that like the Ravens, or them Howard boys, or Mr. Purvis Nervous Louder, who like the Giants, who everybody got criticism for the Bears, but don't want to talk about their team. Go join them. Go get you a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey, Millhouse. Go out there and cheer for Justin. They only got 3 offensive touchdowns, but he killing garbage. Go over to Washington, get you a Daniels jersey. He look like a damn avatar. He all right. He ain't all. He had 1 decent game. Come on, man. Y'all killing this kid over 3 games. 3 games. All right. He has no blocking, and his run game has failed him. What is he supposed to do? Talent-wise, he better than Justin 5 times. Daniels 5 times. Trust me, the kid is good. The Bears are going to be okay. Hang in there, those that are still hanging in there, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that it was.
Thank you, TB.
It definitely was.
I'm glad the old TV didn't come back because he would have.
No,
it
We would have had to bleep. We would have had to bleep you a
First of
couple
all,
times.
I want to correct my portion of it.
TV on that.
I want to correct my portion of it because I do talk about my team.
You do not. You do
No,
not.
no, yes, I do. I
just
do.
gave a whole
I tell you the
soliloquy.
deficiencies on the Giants. I
Your
tell y'all
last
that all
3
the time.
weeks, your last 3 weeks, you have given some soliloquies on what the Bears don't do and don't have.
Yes.
But you ain't mentioned nothing about what the Giants don't do.
I do. I told you exactly what my team does and what my team is lacking. But what kills me about Bears fans is
they lacking a team.
y'all don't want to hear the criticism about y'all own team.
And
a lot of y'all have that problem.
Neither do
See, when you talk about your team, you don't want to do it. But when it's time to talk about the Giants, you can do that right away.
Kevin,
a lot of y'all can't take people talking about y'all team. Y'all ready to talk about other people's team.
Well, Kev, I got
Bears
a text
fans
from
are like
you.
that.
I got a text from you, Kev. You said the Giants are better than the Bears.
I tell you every time what's wrong with the Giants, bro. I'm gonna shy away from my team.
Don't. No, you
yes, I
tell
do.
us what's wrong with the Bears.
Here's the thing. It's the overreaction is what's really
That's
is what got me right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're a trash team.
Right.
They lost 2 road games by 1 score each game on the road. Right, they're on the road. They lost 2 road games. Yeah, the offense, those games they could have won. Even in Houston, as bad they looked in Houston, they still had a chance to win.
They still had a chance.
For all this, Caleb is a bust. We should have took Jaden Daniels, took the quarterback again.
That's stupid.
All this is
kept
ridiculous.
Fields.
And on top of he's every game he's got more yards. His percentage has gone up. His rating has gone up each game. He's getting better and better. So I don't know. I get it. We over emotional because the expectations were so high. But all we know right now is they 1-2. They could still win 10 games. Like the season it's 3 games in, and we talking about drafting in the top 10 next year and all this. And I'm like, wait a minute.
A lot of that has to do with the hype that people brought with Caleb Williams.
Right.
All right.
But nobody said they're going to be 17-0, Sean. Nobody.
No, I agree. I agree. And remember, some people, and a lot of it had to do with the Caleb cult. All right, that he's the best quarterback to come out ever. All right, or at least in the last 20 years. All right, I see a lot of good things in him. Don't get me wrong. All right, but there's still a lot of flaws in his game as well. And I'm not saying he's not going to fix them. I'm just saying he's got a lot of good things, and he's picking up the game rather well. All right, he's making some plays, but also by the same token, we're still 1-2. All right, he's still missing receivers. He's still one hopping them or overthrowing them. Okay, that's got to change. But you can't crucify him, nor can you deify him. After 3 games. All right, that's the whole purpose. It's just that a lot of people were talking about, well, this is he's the best thing ever, best quarterback ever created. And this is the way that the Caleb cult presented him because of their disdain for Justin. All right, and we talked about earlier, coaching matters. Yeah, Justin might not be doing a lot different numbers, but you know what? He's winning. All right, he's winning. And
he's doing a great job managing the game.
And he's not turning the ball over.
Bingo. And the thing that people worry about are numbers. I don't worry about numbers. All right, I worry about win. Did you lead them to a victory? That's the most important thing. We don't worry about if you can throw for 500 yards. Caleb threw for 360 and we still lost. Okay, the only time you need to throw 52 times is if you're trailing or it's a shootout. You don't need to be throwing that ball. And that game was not a shootout.
He shouldn't be throwing 52 times.
Right. You can't do that to that young man because you're with that offensive line, you're going to get him killed, and he's going to be shell shocked like Justin was, like Mitch was, like everybody, all the other quarterbacks that we had, like Jay Cutler was for a while. Okay, and that's what I think. Lucky, that's what I think where people were coming at Ryan Poles with that. Like you drafted a Dunze, which I like, but you could have drafted an offensive lineman too, which you gotta. It's a sexy thing. Olin is another one who talks about it. Drafting first round offensive lineman.
Sean, you mentioned the Dunze.
Well, people saying that, but why didn't you say that before this happened? Everybody was get Dunze. Now that the offensive line not blocking, now Poles should have went and got. Now
because hindsight's 2020 for
it got to be blamed. People gonna blame. You got to point the finger.
If he would have got that, and then Keenan Allen is hurt, and all we got is DJ Moore, what they gonna say? Man, we had a doomsday right there on the board.
Yeah, but that
He
at that point
win.
you can never. And here's the one thing: as much as you may like the doomsday, you can never, ever get mad when you take an offensive lineman in the first round. You can never.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And if a fan does, then obviously they're just want to start some shit. Because how can you get mad at a person for drafting a guy protecting you draft the first round pick? So this guy has the potential of everything. You're drafting. That's all you guys own houses. We own houses. You know what I'm saying? Your first check every month is the mortgage. The second one is the insurance. All right, that's your insurance. You get offensive line and left tackle really, but you get a solid offensive line, so you can't get mad at. All right, he invested in him because you don't need first round wide receivers if your quarterback can stand there 6-8 seconds and pick people apart. So but people would still do that. I hear you, TB. People still would have got mad. Like we could have had a doomsday, but
right. So I think
don't y'all think Keenan Allen will help him out too?
Take a lot of relief.
Huge.
Off of them.
Well, he's scheduled to come back, Kevo. He should be playing against the Rams.
Yeah, he'll take a lot of that.
Don't y'all think Keenan Allen will kind of not only the tight ends, but don't you think Keenan Allen will kind of bail him out a little bit? Because hell, apparently DJ Moore, you ain't getting him the ball either.
Yeah, no, he will bail him out.
First of all,
so I'm
saying the more you can help him, man.
I had the issue against the Colts, man, that he kept going to a doomsday and DJ Moore was eating. But he kept going a doomsday. Like nobody else was on the field at one point. It was just like
Komet Moore had about 5-6 catches.
Komet came in the second half.
Yeah, because he was blocking the whole first half.
Right.
Until the second half when he got the strip sack forced fumble.
Right.
With Latu from UCLA.
I'm just saying now Caleb got to hit the throws they call it layup throws. Like you got to hit that. Like hit the throws you're supposed to hit, bro. But other than that, help the man out. If you like the money said, if you run the ball, it'll solve a lot of the offensive problems. You can throw to the tight ends your bailouts. Now it's 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 10.
Right.
Keenan Allen to bail him out on like 3rd down, running to the it's a lot of stuff that can help him play better. He has to make the throws he's supposed to make. I get it.
While old man Mercedes Lewis talking, I'm gonna need him to stop getting false starts when he do get in the damn game because he got about 3 of them, don't he?
Lining up.
The man 40 years old, man.
He lining up wrong.
What he can't hear?
You know what? When Coleman Shelton said that, I was a little annoyed with that. All right, Coleman Shelton was like, we bad call, but here's the play you were talking about. All right. Where's
Look at them all on the ground.
Where's Coleman Shelton? Coleman Shelton's he's further in the end zone than the wide receivers. Look at that.
Hey, Ben.
You're further in the end zone than anyone on the field. Then probably the safety. The only person further back in the end zone is the safety. And you have the audacity to talk. How about you block your guy first? You may not like the call. You may not like the call, and it might be a horseshit call, and it was. That don't mean you can't block the dude in front of you. That don't mean you can't block the dude in front of you.
Hey, Sean, put that back up. Don't that remind you? Remember the little electric football game with the men?
Yes.
And
they finally broke through. You're like, oh damn, maybe I get tackled.
Boy, he laying on the floor, look like he got his hand up on his head like this.
Right.
I just want to know how all the coach players. It looked like all the coach players knew that play was coming. Look what the coach players are. Let's look at it.
Yeah.
And he just got the ball. Trust.
No,
look at where the coach players at.
That is, this may be the worst picture
ever
for offense I've ever seen in my life.
70's on his knees, 7's on his ass.
Linemen on the ground. 4 of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
and Mike do look like he posing too.
Yeah, he does.
I told you. And I know the running back, like, man, what the hell?
Right. Soon he got the ball.
They should have just kicked the field goal.
Braxton Jones looked like he was having sex and caught a Charlie horse. Like,
right. Right. Talking about somebody bring me a Pepsi and a banana.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's the worst right there, man. That is the worst picture I think ever in NFL football, bro.
And I guess it was too late for Caleb to get up out of it. Like, I guess it was too late. Once he tossed it, I guess it was too late to.
Oh, yeah, it was way
it's done.
Like,
Caleb tossed it quicker than he wanted to because they was in his face. They was
right. As soon as he hiked it.
he didn't even get a chance to really run and kind of read it.
He said, "Hey, you take this one."
So after this team meeting, we talked about, they had with the captains and everything. We expect some changes to come down. They obviously facing a depleted Rams team. So every opportunity for them to and not very good against the run. Every opportunity for us
neither was Indy.
Change the narrative.
DY, you still got that future Hall of Famer back there with the ball. And he showed the 49ers he is that dude.
Stafford still throw that thing.
Who are you talking about? Oh, Stafford?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he down his top two weapons.
Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are both out.
Yeah, they both out.
And 3 offensive line.
Down against the 49ers. But he made it happen. He made it happen, didn't he? Did he not make it happen without them last week?
Hey, I mean, he's still,
The Niners
still a bad boy.
They missed the field goal in the fourth quarter. They kind of gave that game away.
But going back, you remember when the offense was horrible, and then 2 years ago when they took off in that New England game, when Getsy kind of changed, they started running field. They ran off like 30. They beat New England 30-something to 6 on Monday night.
5 games in a row over 30 points in a row.
And then they ran off. I think this offense, they just need that one game, get that one under the belt, and they'll take off. And I think this is a good week for it to happen. You at home, you got a depleted defense. I mean, the offense. I think they're on their third safety. Like, they got a lot of issues over there with the Rams. So this is
they hurt. They missed an offensive lineman the whole night. But let me ask y'all this: do y'all think that meeting should have got out to the media after the third game?
No.
It
should have never hit the public.
No, never should.
If you got a veteran, Mercedes, whatever, 40 years old, whatever, if he's speaking up on half of, because he got, he's a vet, probably trusts he can speak, that should have never hit the media, bro.
He spoke to the media.
Because if they lose this game and now people know y'all had a team meeting, now what?
Yeah, but
so you create more media
game,
like storms.
People like you gonna say the Rams was all beat down. So what difference does it make?
Well, no, I'm gonna just tell you what I watch and what I see, like I always do.
You gonna say the Rams ain't got no damn body.
But once again, we talking about the Bears, so you're a little sensitive.
I know.
But look, all I'm saying is when shit like that hit the media after the third game, and let's say you don't play well again, and y'all had a supposedly team meeting, it just creates drama, man.
That's more of a bad look on Eberflus to me.
Dressed up, but it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, that's more of a bad look on Eberflus to me. Like,
right.
At some point, like you can't be like Lovey and just not address the offense at all.
Right.
You gotta get in there. Like,
you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if the Bears come out and score 40 and hold them to under 10 points, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it was the team meeting," and you're damned if you do. No matter what happens, it's gonna be drama.
No. Eberflus' job is on the line.
His job was on the line. As soon as the season,
check this out. Get a ball to Herbert. Make sure my quarterback get blocked. Like your job on the line, bro. You do have to get in there. I agree with the money. You do have to get in there. Hey, man,
you got to get in there. Giving the running back is gonna solve this. You got a 3-headed monster back there. Use all 3, and you can't say don't give Swift the ball because he ain't been doing this. No, you keep going. You go to all 3 of them, so that keeps the defense honest, and because you won't match enough with different type of runners. So
maybe the consideration should also be taken that maybe Eberflus needs to hand down the defensive play calling to his coordinator, so he can focus on the team as a whole. He doesn't necessarily have to be an offensive guy, but I would definitely make my presence known in offensive meetings and see, number one, what they're doing. Number two, if I don't like it, I'm setting expectation. Look, no, I need you guys to put first 20 plays, 50% of them got to be runs, if that's the case. But he's got to get more actively involved and cannot continue just to hide behind his top-rated defense, because they ain't gonna remain top-rated for long if the offense keep going like that.
You gonna wear them out?
They getting worn out.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a great point. That's a great point, because oftentimes, remember, the first 20 were those plays. They used to go smooth like butter, and then after that, And the adjustments were made.
Getson was cold that first drive. Getson first drives was always great. It's the adjusting. But I mean, think about it. I don't even think the defense really getting worn out. They ran 80 plays on offense, 52 pass, 28 runs.
Yeah,
that's a lot of plays to run, man. And to only put up 13 points, that falls on it. That's definitely coordinator. That's all on the offense. You had every opportunity. 80 plays. That's unheard of in NFL.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I'd rather give him 4 games. So we'll see, because he made the adjustment. Cole Kmet was a big part of the game last week. Remember, we were talking about him 2 weeks prior. Like, come on, man, hit the tight ends. So he adjusted. Give him 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, I'm gonna go full get off my lawn, Sean. A rant. If I don't see
where's the new tight end? Where's the new tight end?
Everett's
out there. He out there trying to block.
Yeah.
Instead of, it's just crazy. If the O-line plays like they did last week, I'm gonna do a campaign to get Big Tim out there, because ain't nobody moving him.
Damn.
What?
Damn.
Come on, man. He can't hear you.
You're real disrespectful, man. You're real disrespectful, man.
If I'm Eberflus, I'm taking Waldron, Wise, all them, and I'm gonna look at our most efficient run games from last year. We're gonna sit in that film room and we're gonna see the scheme and how it worked, and that's gonna be implemented. Like
you can't do that because you got
these guys blocking. Why did these guys forget to block? Like
you
heard him, Cole?
You gonna, hey man, you finna tell me something. My job on the line. Yeah. I hired you.
All right.
You gotta tell me, we finna watch this film together. You tell me what the hell's going
on. Because he's not going to get a chance to hire a third coordinator. He's not going to get a chance to hire a third offense.
He's not. They're gonna get rid of him.
This is do or die for him. He got this got to work. So he got to get involved.
Hey, Eberflus needs to go ahead and get his Nino Brown on, all black, put the O-line at the table,
the dog with him,
offensive,
with the dog,
that little dog with him,
and go. The stuffed animal dog or a real dog?
Hey, the stuffed animal dog works better.
Oh, somebody definitely knows something.
Yeah, somebody knows something. Somebody knows something.
Shane should have brought Eberflus back simply because if he did have a bad season, now you're gonna have 2 coaches for Caleb, right? In his second year.
Just like Trubisky and Fields.
Right, right. So I didn't like I wanted them to bring in what's the Titans old coach Vrabel.
Yeah,
I wanted him.
Probably be on the docket.
Yeah,
I want him to bring in Harbaugh. I want him to go out, shell out
money. They brought
Harbaugh.
Eberflus back just to fire him this year. Told y'all that. Y'all looked at me like I was crazy. It's the reason they didn't give him an extension.
But the other question, why we questioning Shane Waldron, I thought it was weird. Who's Washington's coordinator? Is that Riley?
No,
right now it's
Kingsbury.
Like I thought it was interesting that they didn't give him the job, knowing they was taking Caleb. Seeing that, I thought I was curious. That was an interesting hire there.
He might have wanted to go to Washington, though. You never know.
He interviewed for the Bears job.
Yeah,
he never.
And Washington's very effective. Their offense is very efficient right now too with Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, but Daniels is also running. Caleb is not running. He's throwing the ball on the money. I mean, he's playing great, but he's actually running a lot too.
Yeah,
like he's moving the chains, like instead of, you know what I mean?
Well, that was
one of my guys, Coach T, was telling during in the pre-draft. He was saying he was on a soapbox saying Jaden Daniels is the most pro-ready quarterback to step in the league. He said he might not be the best in the long term, but as of right now, he's the most pro-ready quarterback coming out of the draft. I was like, okay.
And Washington's running the ball very well.
Yeah,
running the ball well.
And just remember, just because his pro rate doesn't mean that he has to throw the ball 85 times.
Exactly.
Like, you talk about you had what they're doing with Justin in Pittsburgh. All right, you got a good run game, you got a good defense. You're not asking him to do too much. All right, and that's what they're asking Jaden Daniels to do. We're not asking you to win the game. We want to win because with you, not because of you. We'll win because of you later. But we'll win with you now. Just don't cause us to lose.
Turn the ball over.
Well, right. Daniels threw some nice dimes last week.
Yeah, he did.
But Ecker opened all that up because he ran his ass off.
Yeah,
Ecker was killing in that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And then when they booed up to stop the line, stop Eckers, is that's when Daniels started just throwing the ball all over the place.
He's out this week too. I want to see that.
Yeah, he got hurt.
About him. Yeah,
He got a concussion.
So that last drive that they did, that was all Daniels, because Ecker had got hurt, and he was throwing. That's when he was hitting McLaurin all over the field.
And that diamond in the back corner of the end zone, was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah,
right. That's what I said. That last drive was all Daniels.
McCurran's been a bad boy for years, man. He just been on Washington.
Scary Terry McLaurin, yeah,
he been a bad boy for years.
I mean, 100% agree. But when all this, we took the wrong quarterback again. Overreaction. I don't know when the last time I seen this kind of overreaction.
Right.
Yeah,
but it was started by all the hype, though.
Bring in Bajan. You gonna bench him?
Right.
Well, that's how said that.
Oh my God.
Nobody listen to him.
Right.
But again, it all started because of the hype, and everyone in the Caleb call talking about, Caleb is the best quarterback ever created. It's like, come on, man. Like, he's got flaws. He can't run structure.
That very same media that did all that, are the ones that's crucifying him now.
Yeah.
They putting him down like they didn't say he was gonna be all that. And that's what they do. They just keep pushing the needle until they right, and hey, I know I told y'all this. No, you didn't.
Hey, Ben.
No, you didn't. If Caleb win this next 8 games, they're gonna talk about Daniels like a dog.
Well, we also got a favorable schedule. Remember, guys, I said 7-2 they could get to, but it might be 6. And if they came out 6-3 in these first 9 games, look at this.
Not
the first night till look at all the way up week 10 to New England. All right, we could beat LA, Carolina,
Jacksonville,
go to London, Jacksonville. We come back, then that Washington game is going to be a son of a gun. All right, that could be our 3rd loss, but then Arizona.
I would say the Cardinals before I say Washington.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah.
Arizona is playing good this year. I don't know how long it's going to last, but they are playing good.
Yeah,
But
so
out of the 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, out of the next 9 games, it's possible they can have trouble tomorrow, but I think they'll pull that one out. That would be their toughest one before they got to Green Bay.
Yeah.
The Rams, even this got Stafford.
Yeah, and Sean McVay too. I'm really concerned about the Sean McVay versus offensive play calling versus the Matt Eberflus defensive play calling. And Matt Eberflus got a really good defense, but Sean McVay is, man.
His offensive schemes, like I said.
But if they can beat the Rams and then really build a confidence up against Carolina, they can start.
And then go to London, take care of Jacksonville, come back.
Can start a streak.
I'm telling you, I picked them 7-2 coming out of those first 9 games. I said maybe 6-3. 6-3, I'd be okay with, and you can still get there. You can still get to 6-3. That'd be cool. If you split those last 8 games, that's 10 wins right there. That's 10-7.
What did you pick the Giants at, Sean, in the first 9 games?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Jacksonville, right quick, when are we gonna start lighting?
See how you do, TB? See.
You know what?
When are we gonna start lighting the Trevor Lawrence ass?
You have to.
Well, by the time you play, the coach might be fired.
Because Sunshine ain't been doing shit.
Hey, I'll give you one better than that. When y'all gonna start lighting into Joe Burrow's ass and stop? He the only one beat Patrick Mahomes stuff.
Well, you can't say that around Ben, TB. You can't say that around Ben.
Joe Burrow's got a big thing.
No, bro.
Hey, we talked about coaching matters, right? We talked about coaching matters, didn't we? Guess what? Joe Burrow's guy, offensive coordinator he knew is not there anymore.
Gone.
You know what else is not there? Joe
Higgins been hurt.
Joe Mixon's not there.
Mixon gone.
I said that was going to be a big problem for them, and they got that. They having the same offensive line problems, or maybe even worse than us, bro. They got that line is when Joe first came in, he was getting beat the hell up. That's the same thing that's going on now.
But let's not act like this game Monday night. It was no punts. I mean, Cincinnati was scoring. Shit, they couldn't stop.
Right. They defense.
Not the second half, man. Second half, they was a whole new squad.
Yeah, they were scoring.
Cincinnati problem is their defense.
Yeah,
but it don't help.
They can't stop nothing.
They can't stop nothing. But it don't help when your main receiver decide to show up game 1 with no reps all year.
They like the Giants defense. They like the Giants defense. Can't stop nothing.
Like they, But I agree with you on that Trevor Lawrence. Now we talk about people want to talk about Dak and his money. Let's talk about Trevor Lawrence and his money.
Yeah, 55
90
million
people
a
get
year.
paid $50 million.
Yeah.
You ain't on them like Dak and Lamar though. You ain't doing that.
He
Not
definitely
the Golden Boy. But he's playing terrible.
They gave Dak all that money.
Well, speaking about quarterbacks, your boy wants to play. He still wants to play Tua. Is that I mean, man, what is going on?
Can't
with
stop
his
the man
camp?
from playing, bro.
His camp.
Athletes are athletes, man.
Can't stop the man from playing, bro.
When
Can't
you
do
got
it.
love for something, man, you just
That's on him and his family. Can't do it.
NFL got to step in, man.
Well, they make him sign something. Say when you walking around with Parkinson's, don't sue us.
Right.
You
Think the
told
team-
them
When
that.
you see walking around, when you roll around in a wheelchair.
But don't y'all think the team? Don't y'all think the team? Don't y'all think the team has to handle it before the NFL? Like the NFL can't override the team. They can't do that. That team, first of all, got to be the player.
Don't tell me
Number
what
one.
them old billionaires can't do, man. Shit, they
Bro,
do what they want to do.
But you got to leave it on the team. Like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Chris Bosh had a blood clot. I told everybody that was a blood clot. That's not a sprain. I had the exact same thing. Miami said, "Hey, dog, you're done. We can't take that risk." Then they put him in free agent, brought him out by injury settlement, gave him a free agent. The league didn't pick him up. He had to retire. The team, Miami, has to handle that first. Like you got to look out for you. Like you got to protect the player from the player. Everybody know a 26-year-old feeling great. He still wants to play.
They can't.
Everybody knew that.
That number one, the
But he has to. He got to step back. And if he wants to play, the team can't necessarily say no. You're not. I mean, I don't know how the collective bargaining and all that go. But
all you got to do is don't clear him. Just don't clear him.
But they're gonna put him on IR again. They keep pushing the IR or something.
Just don't clear him. If you're the medical staff, like,
but he could go. He could go to his own staff and get cleared. The moral
right, you can't just not clear him.
Yeah, you can go get a second opinion. All that. Yeah.
The only way they could recuse themselves of this if they don't want him to play anymore is by simply telling them we're going to bench you or you can demand a trade, because if he wants to play, he's going to play, and some team out there is going to
pick him up.
I agree. I agree. That's what I'm saying. You can't stop him from playing, man.
And the second piece of that puzzle is how much money did you just give to him?
Just gave him a bag.
Gave him a bag.
Yeah, he's gonna play. He's gonna play until his bobblehead pops off.
Wow,
come on, man.
You know, after a while, it becomes bigger than football, though. And as an owner, and this is your starting quarterback who you drafted, you got to say, hey, look, man, I can't send you out there like that. Now, if you want me to trade you, I'll get whatever I can for you. But one, I'm out of that contract, and I'm out of that fear of him dying on that damn field.
But who finna take that contract knowing his next hit might be his last?
There's a lot.
You got to work out an injury settlement.
Over there playing Jersey, they'll probably.
That's what I think. It's gonna be an injury settlement. That's what I think.
Yeah. You go injury settlement will give you 60-80% of your contract and move on from there. And you know what that does? That shows you got a heart. It shows you give a damn actually about your players, and it'll show
we care about you.
And other free agents will notice that.
See that. You're damn right, TB. There you go.
First of all, we ain't got to sell the weather here in Miami or the women, brother. All right. But we also care about you. So
and no state tax.
Right. So come on here.
No state income tax.
Real quick, man. Mentioning concussions, Kevin.
You get people like Jerry Jones, he'd be like, get your ass out there.
Malik Neighbors.
Hey, mentioning concussions, Kev. Devontae Smith concussion. Did you see what the guy did to him?
Nah, but concussions, dog, that dude whole body lock up, man.
I'm talking about that, TB. I'm talking about after that concussion with Devontae Smith. The guy clearly spit on him, man.
Yeah.
That was terrible. And he out this week. Neighbors just got one Thursday. They ain't said he out yet, but he probably will be next
this week, ain't it?
Huh?
It's been like 3 or 4 players got concussions this week.
Yeah, I don't know why most of them don't wear that big old, what they call that helmet?
That padded, big ass padded shit.
Gazoo, looking like Gazoo.
Man,
hello,
don't that slow you down though? The big ass, like I don't know.
No, man,
it's not weighted. It don't add weight.
Right. It ain't like
you're allowed to wear it if you want. I saw someone.
It's a few. It's several players wearing it.
I forgot who wear it. I saw him wearing it with it on.
Yeah, you're allowed to wear it.
Well, Tua needs to be forced to wear it if he's gonna play.
Well,
he needs to wear this helmet.
my last question for you guys before we get out of here, man. Who is the best 3-0 team right now? You got the Vikings, Steelers, Bills, you got the Chiefs, and you got the Seahawks. Who is the best 3-0 team right now? TB.
I got to go with the Chiefs, and they struggling, but I'm not gonna go against Mahomes against the rest of that field.
Lefty.
Right now, I got to give it to Buffalo. I got to give it to the Bills, man. They look good.
KDL.
I got to go with Buffalo, who's playing the best. The Chiefs are winning, but they're escaping.
Yeah.
I mean, the win is the win. I get it, but Buffalo is blowing people out, bro. And this is a year we thought they was going to take a step back. Remember?
Yeah. Sean.
I go Buffalo.
Yeah, I think I might have to roll with. Let me just double check and see who else is 3-0 because everyone's just jumping on Buffalo right away.
It's the Vikings, Steelers, Seahawks.
I might just say the Steelers just because everybody knows I love Justin and everyone can go bite themselves.
Damn, Sean, tell us how you feel, bro.
They got a good defense.
Yeah.
DY.
I'm also on the Buffalo bandwagon. You look at their next couple of games coming up. I mean, you're really talking about a team that might be able to go 6-0 to start the season now. They playing better defense, which was their Achilles heel. That offense has always been able to score. No matter who he had, back there with him. They've interchanged out running backs, wide receivers, but they've always been able to score. But that defense couldn't stop nobody. So, but now they back to playing good defense. So I like what that team doing.
Having said that,
Buffalo scored 112. Buffalo scored 112 and they're giving up 48. So
who are Buffalo?
I think they lose their first game Sunday.
Buffalo, they're playing this week.
Yeah, Baltimore.
I got Baltimore.
Yeah.
They got Baltimore tomorrow night.
Buffalo and Baltimore.
But who are they 3 wins against?
Jacksonville.
It ain't been born, but Arizona, Jacksonville, and damn, who the hell they beat?
They beat
They blew out their last 2.
Cincinnati.
They beat Cincinnati. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kansas City has beaten Cincinnati, Baltimore,
and Atlanta.
And you compare Buffalo wins over Kansas City wins?
Well,
I think they're playing better.
They wins
I think
against
the Chiefs
the
are the
Cardinals.
better team. If you're gonna ask me outright, the Chiefs are the better team.
They beat the Cardinals. They beat the Dolphins, the Jaguars, and now they got the Ravens.
Okay, Jaguars.
Right. And they beat the Dolphins when Tua got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Even though they was blowing them out.
KC 2 bad calls from being 1 and 2.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So the Bills' next games are the Ravens, Texans, and Jets.
So we really about to see where they are.
So we gonna see.
We gonna see.
We about to see.
3 tough games for them coming
We
up.
about to see.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it comes to an end tomorrow night because the Ravens can't go 1-4. Can't do it. They can't.
Hey, fellas, we at the end of this show, man. It went quickly because we had a whole lot to wrap into this show, man. We got a couple minutes left, so we're going to give our parting shots, man. And I'll start off with you, PG.
Oh, man, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Great to see the fellas on a Saturday morning like this. I want to say thank you to my man, Mr. Hilton, for showing up, even though he was a little late. I do appreciate him.
TB. TB.
Hey, I wasn't supposed to be here, but I appreciate the time. You know how I do, y'all. Appreciate it.
DY.
You know it's all love. Appreciate you, fellas. A lot of good games left to watch today.
It is.
Purvis Ellison. Captain.
Not quite sure where the Purvis Ellison comparison is coming from, but hey, man, appreciate y'all tuning in the entire show. I only caught the second half, but as always, appreciate much love.
Lefty, close us out, man.
Man, yeah. Everybody else says, hey, man. Hey, today, if you're not doing anything, celebrating anniversary, SmokeFellas hosting. Come on out, 6 p.m. tonight, comedy show. DJ, it's going to be a nice time, man. So if you ain't doing nothing in rainy weather, come on out. They're going to have the games on, too. A lot of good college football. So catch us in traffic. You know how we do it.
All right, man. As I say at the end of every show, where there's smoke,
There's fellas, baby.
Fellas.
Hey, man, we out till next week.
Never nervous.